I've dropped the ball on this, you guys. I was not doing my job. So I'm swooping in at quite literally the very last minute to let you guys know this information. So for the first time ever, after like months since the launch date, my love language collection that I did with collaboration with Odin's Eye, it went on sale for the first time and has been on sale, and the sale is ending tomorrow. And I'm finally just letting you guys know. I'm so sorry, but it's a really good sale. So I had to squish this in anyways at the last second just so you guys would know. So if you missed it, in February, I came out with a Valentine's Day collection with Odin's Eye, which included my beautiful eyeshadow palette and then 5 lips products, which if you ask me, these lip products, hang on to these. Listen. They're amazing. I need them in my life personally, obviously. So finally, after months, there was a sale option. So it's ending tomorrow, September 20th. But I wanted to let you guys know at the last minute because I've been told, you know, this collection is not being restocked. It was a limited edition collection. We restocked it once when it sold out the first time. And after this, we're done. No more. So this is last call situation. So the sale right now, unfortunately, the palette is not on sale. It's just too good, you guys. I don't know. But they're having a bundle that includes the palette. So it's called the Inspiration Bundle. And so with this one, if you buy the Love Language Bundle, you're able to get 2 random lip shades just for free. So you pay for the full price of the eyeshadow palette, and you'll also get 2 random lip shades. Also, there's a couple different other bundles involving other Legendary Diversa collections or other collabs from other creators if you want to check that out. So that's a great bundle, but I do have to say, the best deal, the one that I'm most excited about, my lips are like 50% off, which I'm so excited about because low-key, like these were the most popular thing in my collection. They were the quickest to sell out because, not to toot my own horn, these colors are stunning and they're stunning on so many people, and I'll share them with you towards the end of the video. But you can get the whole bundle of all 5. I'm gonna order this as soon as we're done because I need these in my collection forever. I created some essential shades for myself. Are going to be $34.75 for the whole bundle, or if there's a particular shade that you'd want just a singleton of, they're only $6.95 a piece. So for those of you who did purchase the lips already, if there's a particular shade that you're using often, these won't be restocked. So $6.95 is a great deal to pick them up if you want. For reference, from when I saw the numbers behind the screen, Kisses was the very first shade to sell out, and it's one of the most unique shades for cooler toned eyeshadow looks. And then Love Language is another one that's just very well loved. Actually, I need to pull out the numbers though, because there's some that are surprisingly lower than others. But anyways, just so you know, this is the first time and probably last time, at least for these lips for sure, to get as good of a deal on these. And once eyeshadow and lips are done, they're done. So just wanted to let you guys know because the lip deal in particular is really insane. So I figured, with that really long intro, for those of you who did already support and purchase the collection, first of all, thank you so much. I mean, I've tried not to be annoying and constantly using my collection in my videos, so I haven't touched it. I've been focusing on the new stuff because that's what my channel is about. I don't want to be a broken record, but I know some of you have had this palette for months, so hopefully I can inspire you today to pull this out if you haven't in a bit. We're going to do another look with this, and then I'm going to play with the lippies since those are the big sale items. And then I got even more excited because guess what came in the mail today? A very exciting collab of brushes. Nikki LaRose Volume 2 with BK Beauty came out. The brushes look phenomenal, so I thought, alongside using my collection, we'll check out the brushes that Nikki and Lisa came up with because these look amazing. And as you know, BK Beauty already has super high quality brushes. And then with Nikki being the phenomenal makeup artist that she is, these are going to be phenomenal brushes. I already used from volume 1 so many of Nikki's brushes in my everyday routine. And I'm going to humble brag for a second. I want to make you jealous because I've gotten to meet Nikki a couple of times. In fact, last month we were on a little trip together. And I can confirm for you, she is the kindest, sweetest, calming person. She has the most amazing aura to her. Everything you've already thought about her from watching her. She's even better in person. She's even kinder in person. She's even sweeter in person. And yeah, she's beautiful, the most poreless smooth skin I've ever seen. Her makeup on point always, flawless. Everything you think about her, just elevate it times 10. Just saying. I'm bragging. She's my friend. I got to meet her. Anyways, Lisa as well from BK Beauty. Congratulations to both of them. Lisa, also the exact same sentiments. So gorgeous, so kind, so sweet, amazing aura. They are both women who I really look up to. They're so inspiring, and everything you think about them already is true. Can confirm. And congratulations to them. I suspect this is going to sell out, you guys. Come on. It's Nikki and BK. It's going to sell out. So while I was like, is it worth doing a video on my collection? When the BK Beauty and the Nikki LaRose collab showed up at my door, I was like, perfect. Can't wait to test these brushes as Nikki demoed them in one of her Instagram reels while using some products that I want to use and a look I want to do. So, okay, enough jibber jabbering. I'm looking a little crazy because I didn't put concealer on. I'm saving to see what colors we do. And then there's some brushes from Nikki's collection that I want to use to finish my face. So we're going to start off with my eyes. Let me pull out the brushes I want to use from Nikki's collection. I'm being naughty. I'm not watching these. So if you've missed it or you joined the family in the last few months and you missed my palette, here's my love language palette. It was a Valentine's Day collection, so I tried to stay true to the theme while also incorporating things that I love, colors that I would love and use. And this shade Service, I'm just gonna put all over the eyelid just to set down my base and my concealer. So we're gonna try out this N20 brush. This is the small version because there's a bigger version in this collection. And you have to check out Nikki's video to see all the different ways that you can use this. You can use this all over the eyes. You can use it for spots on the face. There's so many different ways to use it. So I'm just going to take some of Service, which is this light shade that I specifically requested not to be super pigmented, because I wanted it to be used as a light wash over the lid like this to set your base and make everything very easy to blend. And this brush is perfect for using this shade with because it just sets the base without adding too much color. But I think I'm gonna grab this brush again and we're gonna go into Affirmation, which is a very buildable color very easily. You can get a lot out of this shade. You can get a light shadow and you can build it up to be something more intense. I'm going to use it more so as a contour for the eye just to create a little shadow like you can see. But you'll be surprised at how much pigment you can get from this. And with this brush, she also said it's great to put the color all the way down to the eyelid. But I love a big fat brush like this, just to create that background to the look. Nothing defined, but also a great way that she said to use this brush is for like a natural light wash of concealer. This will blend it out, and same thing with using this to set with powder. One of the phenomenal things about BK Beauty's fibers is they work so good for both creams and powders. So I already really enjoy this brush for that all over wash, all over the lid, whether it's to set the base or to add this little bit of contour here as the background. So really, really lovely. I'm excited to try this for a more natural concealer day one day in the future. Oh my god, I actually just got terrible, terrible news for you guys. In 6 hours, Nikki's collection sold out. I'm not surprised. I'm so elated for her. Congratulations, Nikki. Congratulations, Lisa. But, sucks for you guys. I'm just kidding. It looks like there's going to be a restock mid-October, so I'll definitely let you guys know. So sorry about that. I'm gonna continue using them and highlighting this collection and just like put a pin on it until it restocks. So wow, that's so exciting. Congratulations, Nikki. That's incredible. Okay, good thing I saw that before this video ended. I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Quality Time. Again, this shade I put in this palette because it can be built up very easily to be very, very deep, much deeper than you'd expect it to. Or you can tap off your brush and get more of a light wash of it. I'm really gonna focus on digging this into the crease. So while I'm looking straight into the mirror, that shadow where my crease is, I'm just gonna define it. And I'm also lightly placing this in the outer corner. Taking N20, that first brush we used for the crease color, we're gonna soften the edges. To be clear, I haven't even thought about what look I'm doing today. I just am having some makeup therapy and just wanted to apply my palette how I wanted. So if I've done a look like this before, I'm sorry. I have a lot of looks on my channel already. I've done 3 dedicated tutorials and then 8 simple looks in one video. So we've done a lot with this palette already, and I tend to stick to looks that I love. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to take the N22 brush from the collection, which is like a big pointer brush. I'm going to dip that into the shade Date Night, which is like an eggplant kind of shade. And I'm just gonna lay it out here in the outer corner, kind of pointing outwards. Not quite a wing, but you see how it's like a little bit of a triangle? And then I'm gonna just sweep back and forth just to soften that. And I'm also gonna press it like halfway into the lash line. So just creating a little bit of a shape, but kind of unassuming, you know? Now I'm gonna take the N24 brush, which is kind of like a flat shader brush. It's extremely soft. I'm gonna dig into Service, which remember, I told you is not super pigmented. That was an intentional choice. But if you use a brush like this, you can pack it on and it will definitely make an impact. You see how it just brightens this inner corner? It will wake your eyes right up. Isn't that magical? I'm gonna put this right here underneath my brow. But just for a little subtle highlight situation, not shimmery. And I'm also gonna take it at the top of my crease, right above. Again, I'm just opening up and brightening the eyelid. I don't have the largest eyelid area, so brightening right here makes my eyes look so much bigger and brighter. But we're gonna focus on the shimmer shade. And I mean, I put some beautiful shimmery shades in here. One of my go-tos, I really love Daydream, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this all over the eyelid for just that effortless, glimmery, shimmery eye. And we laid down the groundworks for the shape with the eyeshadow that we used to shape and shade the eye. Isn't this stunning? Like, that's the thing with Odin's eyeshadows. It's all about the glitters, and it just makes everything that you do effortless. At this point, I'm gonna go back in with some of Quality Time, which is that deep crease shade, and really redefine the shape that I created, because even though this is like a smush look with the glimmers everywhere, I still want to keep some structure, which is why I shaded out here. I don't want it to be a complete schmutzy, one and done, effortless look. I want it a little bit more structured while still emphasizing the beautiful scattered glimmers all over the lid. A great shape to create with this palette on the eye is a halo eye. You can do some incredible halo eyes. I think I have 2 halo eye tutorials, which is why I didn't do one today. But if I coulda, I woulda. I'm going to then re-emphasize some of Date Night. Just out here. Remember we stamped a shape. I'm going to take the N23 brush, which she used a lot around the lip area, which I'll test out today. But I'm going to take a little bit of touch first, which is my shimmery white shade, which is also beautiful all over the eyelid. But I'm just going to add a little bit of brightness in there. And then the last eye brush I want to use, the N21, which is this tiny, very precise pointer brush. And she said this is great for eyeshadow liner. So I want to give that a try. I'm like, should I do the Date Night, which is the eggplant purple? No. Actually, we're going to do Quality Time, which is the dark brown, because that will bring the crease in. Yeah, for a soft winged liner with eyeshadow, this is really nice. It's going to create maybe not the tightest line, but for a shadow look, which tends to be softer and a little bit more blurred, this is perfect. And then we'll create a little soft wing as well. Nikki always has a little wing to clean up the look. We'll do the same. We're not done with the eyes, but I want to do some of the face because there's some cool face brushes. This one, the N19, was inspired by a triangle sponge, so I need to try it. Look at that shape. So let's get it on. This was the brush when I watched her video that I was the most excited for. I'm using MAC Studio Radiance Concealer. I'll have everything else that I'm using down below. The face products are the least exciting part of this video, if you ask me. Okay, and this is the perfect shape just to get in there pretty much, and you can still stay very precise. You can even contour down the side of the nose because of the shape. Move it to the side. Love it. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be when I saw it. The shape is so good for being really clean down here on the under eye. You see how I'm easily able to avoid that wing and in fact kind of simultaneously clean it up. I didn't have any fallout from the shimmer shades, but if you did, clean up before you do this step. This is the one. Thus far, this is my favorite. And I'm not even done using it. I can like stamp down here. And then after this, she said you can dip it into powder and set like you would a triangle sponge, which I will do momentarily. But I want to contour first with this N18 brush, which can be used also for powder or cream. Well, I'm thinking, yeah, this is a good shape. So we're just gonna stamp that on. Okay. Nice. Just as I suspected. This is great for a quick boom boom. This cream that I'm using is really pigmented. I'm like, whoa, jump scare. It's the Too Faced chocolate bronzer stick. Can do this really easily as well with this shape. I mean, so far every brush in the collection has a purpose for my makeup routine. Really, really well done. Okay, perfect. Easy peasy. Bronze situation going on. And then the last brush that I haven't used from the collection is the N20. So that's the one that has the little sister brush. And this one's interesting, like For me, I would imagine using it for like a light set of powder, but she even suggested for blush, for cream and powder. So I have this, I don't even know if this blush is gonna match. Frankly, don't care. I'm gonna use it anyways. This blush trio in Candy Lover, which has a cream and powder duo. That's why I'm dropping it. No, that's why I'm using it. So let's see. I imagine if you're heavy-handed, if you're heavy-handed with blush, like me, look at that. That gives a perfect airbrushed little wash of color with this cream. Okay, yes, if you have a really pigmented cream blush or powder, because this translates to powder as well. Yes, I'm just gonna mix these two. I just wiped my brush off. I'm gonna mix the other two powders in here. They're just gonna lightly set. Because of these fibers, you're not picking up as much pigment. It's not as dense. Ooh, great. I have one more idea with how I want to use this today, but I wanted to try it this way, and me likey. I'm going to take the N23 brush, and I'm just going to take whatever leftover concealer I need to and just clean up here before we set. Now, really cool, Nikki said immediately after taking your N19 brush to blend out your concealer, you can also pop it right into powder and bake. I'm using Kimchi Chic powder for this. Again, really easy to like shape. I mean, you can contour the side of the nose if you want. Like, yes. If you love a full glam, yes, ma'am, this is fantastic. I think this is my favorite in the collection. I'm also gonna take a little bit of a softer pressed powder, like this one from One Size. I'm gonna take the N20 brush, the one that I use for blush, and I'm wiping it off, and I'm just taking a little bit of this just to lightly graze and set the powder the rest of the face, which I think this is a really great way to use this brush if you have dry skin or mature skin and don't want too much powder to set in. This is a good lighter option, which you can also do with this N20 for the under eyes, the N20S. But yeah, this is a good way to get a soft press. A brush like this would also be really good for hourglass style powders. And also, going back to this N19, it's really great to lighten up and clean up down here as well. Okay, I think we're good with the face. Okay, let's finish up the under eyes. So what I'm loving about my eyeshadow is this little pop of purple that's so subtle, but not the main focus, right? So I'm just tight lining with a plum. Wait, this is not the tight line. Water lining. Plum liner, Makeup by Mario, just like that, nothing crazy. It'll pull together, don't be scared. And 22 into Date Night right here. Blend it out just on the outer corner, like that. We're also just gonna have a pinch of this showing through. And then for the remainder of the look, I'm using Quality Time. I'm using just a tiny pencil brush that's bigger than the one we used for eyeliner, but smaller than what we just used. And this goes across the whole lower lash line. So the eggplant's just gonna stay out there in the outer corner, and we want the definition kept a little tighter on the inner corner. So it's like a, is it purple, is it brown moment along the lower lash, which is perfect. And then we're taking teeny tiny N21 into that dark brown again. And I don't know, do you think I can get an inner corner wing with this? I'm just gonna extend it out. And then make corrections with the N23 to sharpen that back up. You don't even have to say it. This look turned out stunning. Okay, so let's do lips. So when I was watching Nikki's demos, 2 brushes she used for the lips. This brush, the N22, the big pencil, she used it to blend out lip liner, so I'm going to try that today. And then N23, she used it to clean up the lip liner, but she said you can also use it to apply a lip color, which I'm not going to do today, but just wanted to share that option. So let me quickly line. This is Almond from Rephr Beauty. It's kind of like a good contoury shade, but it's a little dark if I want something softer. See, she uses this to kind of blend out the lip liner. Ignore my crusty lips. My lips products will save that because they're a little more hydrating. Or you can use it to contour the lips. So if you like dip it in a cream contour, you can just get that little wash of color around the lips. But okay, I don't normally like softening my lip liner though, because my lips are so small. I feel like it makes them look messy. I don't know, it's just not as flattering on me. But anyways, that did soften nicely, just the way that I wanted. Perfect, because we're gonna apply the lip color. So if you miss it, I already have TikToks and stuff trying all of these on, but there are 5 colors in my collection. This is Love of My Life, Kisses, Beso, Love Language, and Snuggle. And so Love of My Life is like a matte lip stain. It's like that creamy putty consistency. Don't let this shade scare you. I usually don't apply it directly to the lips like this. I do a little blend out with my finger, and it'll sting the lips, and it'll start off bright, but as the day goes on, it becomes more and more natural. It's really beautiful just to keep that rosy flush on your lips throughout the day. And then Kisses and Beso are like that liquid pigmented lip gloss formula. So there's no glimmers in here, but it's like a full coverage lip gloss formula. I'm going to use Kisses today. Kisses was the first product that sold out from my collection because it's the most stunning lip color ever, essentially. I made this shade to pair with purple and cool tone looks. And I've seen so many skin tones try this on, and it's an incredible shade on so many, and it can really be changed and worked with by what lip liner you use. So I use something a little bit more brown, light, and natural, and it's just the perfect nude to pair with my eyeshadow. So Kisses is the one, you guys. For me, it's that super unique shade that I had a problem with, and I solved it with that color because I felt like there was no good lip colors to pair with purple, and that was it for me. And then if you apply it with a more pinky lip liner, it will really bring out the pink. I don't know why I have this like dead skin on my lips. Now, Beso, I created as a more warm version if you're creating more warm looks, because my palette did have some warmer colors just for Valentine's Day. So that's kind of why I did this one. It's kind of like a My Lips but better shade. And if you have a warmer undertone, it's going to be a fabulous everyday shade for you. It doesn't really look as good with my palette, but when I created the lip colors, I'll be honest, I wasn't thinking too hard about the palette, except for with Kisses. I wanted to create lip colors that I just wanted to exist, you know? When will I ever get this opportunity again, you know? So that's why I did what I did. And then Love Language and Snuggle are going to be the more classic lip glosses. So Love Language is such a fun, frosty, 90s but still modern lip gloss. This one does happen to look phenomenal with the palette. It'll go with so many looks, and it's just like a subtle frosty but not too frosty color. And then Snuggle, it's really unique. It almost looks orange in the swatches online, but it's much more versatile than you think. I wanted a gold gloss specifically, and I love Snuggle with a brown lip liner. It's insane. And this one, like for that simple nude lip, a little bit of gold glimmer, it's stunning. So those are my lip colors. I'm going to put Kisses back on because Kisses was made for this eye look, literally. So I went a little crazy with that. So I'm going to take the N23, touch of my foundation, clean her up, and dan a little bit of Kisses. I told you, perfect. I told you immediately following filming this, I'm ordering another set of my lippies because I need them in my life. Why do I have lip gloss right here? So this is our finished look today. Looks phenomenal, got to say. This is my PSA. My lippies are 50% off, and they're also having a deal where you can get 2 free lippies if you purchase my palette, and we will not be restocking a second time. So just so you know, good time to stock up on the lippies. I will be fighting to do that. So that's that on that. And again, huge congratulations to Nikki and Lisa on such a successful launch. After using these brushes, these are amazing, as expected. I'm not surprised. I can see me utilizing every single one of these brushes in my everyday routine. It really, truly makes sense. So, fortunately, sold out for you guys, but we'll be coming back mid-October from what we heard from the brand. So, I will keep you updated when these come back in stock because, success as anticipated. They're really good and helped me achieve today's look. So thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.